Okay, example 15, it is different than example 13 and 14. So I am going to make you watch 15. So sorry, you guys, but watching me is like watching a movie. So it's pretty much like you're watching a movie on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or something fun like that. So let's go ahead and watch the Miss Long example 15 movie. Okay, so again, I need to mark in what is already given to me as congruent, which that would be angle W and angle K. So angle W is congruent to angle K by the given. Nothing else in my picture is marked though. Aw, shucks. So I need to use one of those nifty tricks I taught you for marking in additional angles and sides that are congruent. Do you guys see anything I can mark in my picture? Do you guys see the X? Do we see it? Whoa, look at the X. What kind of angles form at the X shape? Precisely. It is vertical angles. So I know that angle UVK and MVK are vertical, which means they are congruent by the vertical angle theorem. So I'm going to say angle UVW is congruent to angle MVK by the vertical angle theorem. Okay, so I'm getting close. I have 2 parts marked congruent in my picture. I need a 3rd part marked congruent though. So I'm on my way, but I'm not quite there. Okay, so in order to have angle, side, angle, I need 2 angles with a side in between them. Just like this one. 2 angles with a side right in the middle of them marked congruent. Okay, so let's look here, I have 2 angles. So guess what, you guys? I need a side marked in between them. So the only spot I have to mark a side in between them is this one. Okay, so as of right now, the only things I need to show that these 2 triangles are congruent now is that WV should have been marked congruent to VK. But, like I've told you guys are like super enthusiastic and highly motivated students. So you want to try to name as many sides possible to show triangles congruent by ASA, right? That's what I thought. Holy hot dog, you guys are like so awesome. So if you guys notice, I did mark 2 angles in my triangle congruent, which means what about our final or our 3rd angles? Our 3rd angles have to be congruent since I marked that 2 of them were congruent legally. Now these 2 tick marks were not legal moves. I was just telling you what should have been marked to prove they were congruent by ASA. But the 3rd angle theorem is definitely legal. So now that I have 3 angles congruent, okay, so over here I'm going to write the 3rd one. So angle U is congruent to angle M by the 3rd angle theorem. So now, if I'm trying to prove triangles are congruent by ASA, I have several pairs of angles, and all I need is one side in between 2 angles. So like, I see 2 angles right there, so I'm ignoring everything else. I see 2 angles, so if this side was marked congruent, then this triangle would be marked with ASA. Okay, so I could say that segment, I could also say in addition to this, so this is going off of just this 3rd part. I could also say that MK is congruent to, well, that's in between 2 angles with the 3 arcs and the 1 arc. So the other side with the 3 arc and a 1 arc is this one. So that'd be UW. But wait, you guys, there's another one because I have 2 other angles, which means a side could be in between those. Like if I look at just these 2 angles, if I had that side marked in as congruent, that would also be ASA, right? Whoa! So if I use the 3rd angle theorem, I could also say, they could have also given me that VM is congruent to UV. So that could have been another possibility if we use the third angle theorem. So also they could have said VM is congruent to UV. So if we use the third angle theorem, then any of our three sides should be more congruent to show the triangle is congruent by ASA. So that's kind of like an extra special touch. It's like the cherry on top, you know, just kind of makes the problem nice and delicious, right? All right, way to go, you guys. That was great.